welcome back to my channel, baby. Good morning. It's early, and I'm home, and I'm woke, and I'm ready to talk. I got done reading. I listened to two Freida McFadden books, and they were good. So of course, I have the things to talk about and the things to say. This here good early morning. It's like 5 or 6 o'clock. And I always wake up real early. So I said I'm taking my hair out, hence the bonnet, so you have to excuse me. But I was listening to the audiobooks while I was taking my hair out, and I listened to two Freida McFadden books. She's been all the rage on the internet lately. So I said, well, let me get into her a little bit. But first, the perfume that I have, this is one of my favorite ones. It's by Rihanna. It's Rebel Floor Love Always by Rihanna. This one is the flanker to her Rebel Floor original. This is like a more intense version of that. And I love the bottle. The bottle is so pretty. I had the first one. I used to have her original, and I used up the whole bottle. And so when I went to like restock on that, instead of me getting the original, I got the Love Always, which is so much better. It smells so good. I love it. So it has main accords of fruity, sweet, vanilla, powdery, coconut, patchouli, amber, musky, woody, and tuberose. And then it has top notes of plum, red berries, peach. And I really smell that peach in it. I love that peach note. Middle notes of coconut. I also smell that. Tuberose, hibiscus, and violet. Base notes are vanilla, patchouli, amber, and musk. And I just like it. It's definitely intense. It's like a nighttime scent. I wouldn't do daytime in this. It's a nighttime summer scent because of all the fruitiness in it. It's oh my goodness. But it's also like still mature and heavy. I love it. One of my favorite scents. And then I'm drinking a cold coffee. The Starbucks Frappuccino oat milk. It's dark chocolate brownie flavored. It's good. I like it. So I'm going to sip that and talk about these two books I read. So, the first one I read, Do Not Disturb, I'm going to talk about that last because I want to talk about the one that I just got done reading that's fresh and foremost in my memory because it also got on my nerves. The ending, honey. Oh, where's my glasses? Here we go. Now, it was called The X by Freida McFadden. I liked it. It was good, but I'm going to give it a 3 stars. And I'll tell you why. First, the summary. Now, before I say anything else too, I'm giving spoilers. All spoilers because I just have the thoughts about the twists and things. So from this point out, if you don't want to know what happens in the book, then click off this video because this video isn't for you. Because I'm wanting to put this video out so that I can maybe try to get into touch with some other YouTubers or other people who have read this book who can try to help me figure out the ending because I'm confused. Here we go. It opens with Francesca meeting her boyfriend at a restaurant. And she's all decked out, honey. She got on her best little cute little outfit, her best dress and whatnot. She come looking cute because she's thinking and hoping that this will be the dinner that he proposes at. But that's not the plan, because he immediately breaks up with her. He breaks up with her, and the Franny is flabbergasted. Like, she is just shocked. She didn't see it coming, because they had been dating for like over 10 years, and she's thinking like, well, what else could there be? We've been dating for this long. This has to be the proposal. Well, he broke up with her, and she is just blown away. So, after she is like trying to like pull herself together from the breakup, things kind of fall apart for her. She ends up having to move back in with her grandmother, her Nona, and because her life was so intertwined in his, like his friends was her friends, and like his finances was hers, and so when he broke up with her, he really did a number on her. So then we also meet Cassie, and Cassie, so it was her boyfriend's name was Joel. That's who broke up with Francesca. So Francesca is the ex. Cassie is the new girl. And this is who Joel begins to date right after he breaks up with Francesca. And she's like 10 years younger than him. She owns this like failing bookstore that her grandparents gave to her, that she inherited from her grandparents. So she's been like doing her little thing with that, and he walks into the bookstore. Joel walks into the bookstore, and that's how he ends up meeting Cassie. Then, however, once they begin to start dating, stuff starts to happen to Cassie. Like somebody smears red paint, which looks like blood, all over her bookstore front, all over her bookstore. Somebody smears slut on her front door to her apartment, and somebody is also like calling her phone and making like prank phone calls on her phone. So the story goes on. She continues to date Joel despite all of this going on. So she's like trying to mesh her life in with his, and she's meeting his friends and things like that, but it's not really going too well with her meeting his friends. There's this one friend named Lydia who can't stand her. And Lydia just be sliding poor little Cassie every chance she get. So one day, as a matter of fact, Lydia has an annual Halloween party. So she invites Cassie, the new girl or whatever. And so Cassie didn't want to like show up too sexy. Because mind you, Joel and his friends are like 10 years older than her. So she didn't want to show up too sexy. She didn't want to do like the sexy cat or like, be a sexy whatever. She wanted to kind of be a little more mature or whatever. So she asked Lydia what she felt as though would be a good idea for her to dress up as. So Lydia suggested her to come as Cleopatra. So Cassie does her best Cleopatra. She wears this cute dress that her friend had gave her that had like this high slit up it, and her friend did her makeup and really, really made her look really pretty. So she shows up to the party, and events go on at the party, and she begins to look through these pictures, and she sees pictures of Francesca. And mind you, Francesca is Joel's ex, so Lydia knows Francesca and all this. She sees pictures of the ex dressed up in a past Halloween party as Cleopatra. So people was looking at her, like when she showed up, she was wondering why people was looking at her like all side-eyed and crazy, because they remembered Joel's ex-girlfriend showing up in that exact pretty much costume. But little did they know that that was all set up by Lydia. So Lydia can't stand Cassie. So Lydia's been, just every chance she gets saying little snide remarks and stuff like that. But what irritated me about Joel was Joel never corrected Lydia or stood up for Cassie in any way. Like, he was kind of the worst. Like, I kind of wanted something to happen to him. I was thinking that something was going to happen to him, but he was fine throughout the book, but he wasn't really given all that good of boyfriend material, in my opinion. So, I'm going to fast forward to this ending. Because here's the spoilers. Here's where we really get into the spoilers. We learn that Francesca in reality is dead. That Lydia, Joel's friend, is the one that's been stalking Cassie, and Anna killed Francesca. But it's all confusing. Okay, I understood Lydia stalking. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm not saying that it was right, but I'm saying I understood it in that Francesca was Lydia's best friend. And when Joel broke up with Francesca, that caused her to kill herself. There's something with that too. But that caused her to kill herself. So Joel bringing in some new girl, like, that's aggravating to her because, Francesca was her best friend. So she, of course, has it out for Cassie. I personally don't understand it. I think she should have stalked Joel, if anybody, because he was the one who broke up with Francesca. He's the one who she has gripe with. I personally think that she just shouldn't have been friends with Joel anymore, because what it was Joel and her husband, Lydia's husband, were best friends, and then she and Francesca were best friends. So if I were Lydia, I would just told my husband, like, I just don't want to ever be around Joel again, because I guess maybe every time she sees him, of course, she, in the book, she was getting mad that he wasn't with her best friend anymore, and that her best friend had subsequently killed herself as a result of them breaking up. It was just a lot. It was a lot. But I was just confused at also the twist of, was Anna the ex for the whole book? I have so many questions and stuff. Or because Francesca is dead, so who's been the ex the whole time? I'm confused at the ending. And that's why I gave it a 3 stars. That book gets a 3 stars because the ending didn't need to be that confusing. I get the twist. I get that, and I understand that Anna is really the bad guy. Okay. So she was the ex the whole book? I just want somebody to answer that. Anyway, then the other book that I read earlier in the week was Do Not Disturb, also by Freida McFadden. Now, it wasn't the juiciest book, but it also wasn't the worst or like the most boring that I've ever, read. It was fast paced, but the twist in it reminded me a lot of the twist in The Husband, which was a really good, that was one of my favorite books that I've read so far this year. I read it earlier in the year, The Husband, where the sibling, you think that the sibling is just so sweet and kind, and this doting sibling, but really he's a piece of crap. When the twist happened in Do Not Disturb, I was no more good. I was like, oh no, but it was so good. It was good. I liked it. It was unexpected. I enjoyed the ending. However, I did wish that Greta would have got her comeuppance. Because this is the thing. Greta was mad that the girl, Christina, was coming on to Nick, and Nick was a married man, and so she killed her. But why would you kill that girl over that? Who are you to even say that Nick was gonna pursue anything with Christina? Just because she was being the worst didn't mean that she needed to die for that. And the fact that Greta got away with that irks my soul. I don't care how old she was, and I don't care what she felt justified was her reason or whatever. It was crazy. She was crazy, and Lydia in the other book was crazy too. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But they were so good. I gave Do Not Disturb 4 stars, and I gave the other one, The X, 3. Because that ending was just too confusing and muddled, and but Do Not Disturb was really good. Yeah. So that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. That's it. I will see you next time.